In today's video, I have something super exciting to share with you. For the past 7 days, I've been working tirelessly on a brand new Roblox game, and guess what? It's finally complete! But before we dive into the details of this awesome game, I want to take a moment to tell you about an incredible opportunity for all the young aspiring game developers out there. Moonpreneur are offering free game development classes for 7 to 16-year-olds. Can you believe it? This is a limited time offer, so make sure you book a free trial class for your child today. The link is in the description below. Alright, let's get back to business. In the first hour of development, I had to tackle the scripting goals. Instead of having a separate script inside each button, I wanted to create one script that controls them all. And you know what? I nailed it! It took some brainstorming and a few cups of coffee, but I finally got it down. Take a look at this script, guys. It's like the brain behind the game, controlling all the buttons and interactions. It was a game changer, no pun intended. Now, let's move on to the building side of the project. Okay, I'll be honest with you. The building aspect of this game wasn't my strongest suit, but that didn't stop me. I put together a neat little asset pack for the map, and let me tell you, it turned out way better than I expected. At first, I didn't have a solid plan for the map. So I just started copy and pasting the border parts and placing all sorts of elements like grass, trees, and rocks. I wanted to create an immersive environment for the players, and by experimenting and piecing things together, I managed to build a stunning, full-circle map. Next, I started planning out where I wanted the points of interest to be. The circle in the center is going to be the spawn, and the circle to the right will be the leaderboards area. I plan on having a portal leading to the next world placed by these border pieces to the right, and then the buttons will be spread throughout the top and left of the map to lead the players to where the buttons will be. I use this plugin to create a path going around the map. I also added paths that lead to the portal and leaderboard area. After changing the color of the paths, the map is already starting to come together very well for the leaderboards. I decided to just copy and paste the leaderboard that I used for the 1-hour project because I really liked how the mesh turned out. Next, I made a sketchy model for the portal, and I added in stairs that led up to it, with a little bit of grass peeking through. After completing the leaderboards and portal, I moved the buttons over to this map and gave the game a test. There's not too much to do currently. So in the next few days, I want to add more currencies and worlds for the players to explore. I'm really happy with what we were able to accomplish on just the first day, even if the 1-hour project gave us a little head start. On day 2, I fixed some bugs that occurred when you would switch from one button to the next. And then once I got the buttons working, I added a bunch of them to fill up the area of the map. Currently, I have it where you need to go into each button and manually add the cost for each button. So I decided to create a script that went through each button for me. After this, I added one of the border parts into the middle of the path to fill up some of the empty space. I then added some more rebirth buttons that went around the border part. This area of the map is pretty much complete, but I wanted to add in some signs to show the players where they can find the buttons of each currency. And as you can see, the signs turned out very well. Honestly, this might be the most beautiful part of the map. After completing the first section of the map, I decided to mess with some of the lighting settings, which I should not have done. I think the colors looked fine the way it was. I'm not really sure why I even messed up the settings in the first place. After ruining the lighting, I added in pine trees, and gave it an orange color to add some variety to the map since there are so many green models going on right now. After copying and pasting a bunch of the trees around, it clicked in my brain that the lighting kind of sucked. So I followed a Moonpreneur tutorial to fix the settings because of their step-by-step guides and the guidance they offer in their free game development workshop. If you are also interested, book a free 60-minute game development class today and begin your journey to success. The link is in the description. And then I made the colors less intense so that someone would actually want to play the game next. It was time to add in our first new currency, wood. This will cost multiplier and will provide the same perks as rebirths, but stronger. I placed the buttons over by the trees because it made the most sense. I then created a bunch of large stones over by the portal area and added our second new currency called stone. You could buy stone with wood, and the stone will give 2 times wood and 2 times rebirth. I then added signs directing players to the new currencies. The last thing I did for day 2 was move the leaderboards onto a raised platform instead of having them against the wall of the map. I started off day 3 by messing around a bit, looking for things that I should add. I quickly realized that the players have no way of seeing what boosts each currency provides, so I created a board that lists each currency and their multipliers. After adding the board, my recording crashed. I don't think I missed too much footage, but I moved on to creating a desert area that the portal will lead to. I added a portal in this area so that the player can travel back to the main area. I took a lot of the same steps as the first area with copy and pasting borders, creating paths, and adding in the leaderboards. After this, my footage crashed again, but I basically moved all of the buttons over and created a few meshes to go with the desert vibe, such as these pyramids and cactus. I also added in a new currency called prestige that will be purchasable with lots of rebirths behind the pyramid. I also added a currency called sand to fit with the desert zine. This will cost stone and will provide many multipliers, as you can see on the information board. That was basically what I spent all of day 3 working on, and I'm not too sure what caused the footage to crash, but I will try to find the issue before my next video to prevent it from ever happening again. On day 4, I did the typical run-through of the game to find things that needed to be added, and I noticed that I never added any count is on the left side of the screen for any of my new currencies. After messing with the layout of the UI, we had a menu on the left side of the screen showing every currency that is currently in the game. I have each frame color coded so that it is easy to tell which currency is in each frame. I also modified the shop UI and added an index UI above it where the player can view information about each currency. But we don't currently have the screen for the shop or the index, so I started working on the shop UI. The 3 game passes I plan on having are 2 times cash, 2 times walk speed, and a VIP pass that provides lots of perks. I then added in the 3 game pass icons, and I think it's looking pretty good for being rushed. That was all I had time to do on day 4 since I only spent around half an hour working on the game that day. So now we have a complete starter area with a portal that takes the player to a complete desert area, and we have a working indexed and a shop, so it was time to start working on the 3rd area. I started off by trying to add the portal in the desert area, but I thought it would make more sense if we placed it in the main area instead. In order to do this, I would have to make changes to the layout of the map. I moved the current desert portal out of the way and expanded the map in that direction. I then moved the portal back onto the map, but this time sideways. My plan is to have all of the portals in a line next to each other in this area of the map. While expanding the map, I also moved the leaderboards off of the platform that they were on because I felt like it was too crowded with the platform. The map felt much more open when I moved them back along the border. So once I got all of the main area figured out, it was time to start on the 3rd area. If you can't tell, the 3rd map is a winter or snow theme. I started off the same way by adding borders and trees and creating a path, and then added buttons, a lot of buttons, and that was basically all I had time to do on day 5. If you're enjoying this video so far, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. It means the world to us and helps us bring you more awesome content. I started day 6 by creating a snowman mesh for the snow area. Since we weren't really completely finished with the map, I then deleted the path that we had and added a stone path leading to the snowman because I felt like it fit in better. I thought it would be cool if I had all of the buttons loop around the snowman in a circle, with one of the buttons being a new currency called Super. Multiplier. This currency costs a bunch of prestige and gave many boosts. I placed the wood, stone and sand buttons along the border of the map on the path leading to the wood. I added in another new currency called Snow to fit the theme of the map. Snow can be purchased with sand and also provides many strong boosts for the portal. In the main area, I added the snowman mesh and changed all the colors to a bright white to emphasize the snow theme. While I was over in the main area, I decided to have the wood buttons loop around the large tree because I thought it looked cooler than just having them off to the side. At this point, I felt like I was at a good stopping point to start working on the icon for the game. For the icon, I took a noob and exported the model into 3D objects and then downloaded it as an image. Next, I added some clickbait text above the head and added in a picture of the map as the background. I then added in a custom face and a button to finish it off. So now that our game is finished, it's time to start advertising the game to people. Before I spent Robux on my ads, but then, my friend introduced me to something incredible, Moon Battle. As part of Moonpreneur's Innovator program, Moon Battle is a flagship competition that promotes project-based learning, leadership, and entrepreneurship. You will develop innovative projects, preferably in a team, and also can invite any friend to be part of their team and pitch them to an international jury of subject matter experts, investors, entrepreneurs, and more, gaining valuable experience in critical thinking, problem-solving, and exposure to innovation and entrepreneurship. So, I decided to take my game to the next level and joined the Moonpreneur game development course. And let me tell you, it was a game changer. With the help of Moonpreneur instructors, I learned how to market the game and prepare the perfect pitch for this year's Moon Battle. It's like having the secret weapon to impress global investors and secure big investments for my game. Moonpreneur has truly opened doors for me in the game development industry. If you're as passionate about creating games as I am, then you absolutely shouldn't miss this chance. Book a free trial class today and watch your creativity soar. Thanks for watching, my fellow game enthusiasts. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel for more exciting updates. And remember, the link to Moonpreneur's Innovator program is in the description below. Until next time, keep gaming and keep creating.